welcome to SciFi Vision for April 16th. Hold on one second. My computer's being weird. Anyway, welcome everybody. We are here tonight for Daredevil. Hold on one second. My Discord isn't working. We're here to talk about the fourth and fifth episode. Okay, the first and fourth. I feel like it's been that kind of day. The fourth and fifth episode this week, since we had missed it last week. So we got quite a bit to get through. My keyboard is not working. That's not helping. If you're not a member of our Discord, please make sure you join for our schedule and everything. And if I can get my keyboard to work right, I will paste it in the chat in a second here. But yeah, make sure you join and get a list of all our schedule and everything, because we have a lot going on here. Put this in. There we go. We have, let's see. So starting Saturday at midnight, Saturday night, Sunday morning, we have our first, I was gonna say from watch party. Finally, that's at midnight when it comes out. So please do join us, and then we will have another one again on Monday. I can't. God, my brain is like. I'm sorry, everybody. Just ignore Jamie being stupid. Okay. Saturday night into Sunday at midnight, we have a From Watch Party. There we go. Monday night at 9. I was right the first time. Sunday night at 9. We have a watch party because Scarlet and I have our deep dive
at 9.
No, watch parties at 9. The deep dive at 10:30. And then Monday, this is why it's so confusing. Too many things. And then Monday at 10, AJ, Karen, and I have the From review. So there's a lot going on, and all that is written down there. And then also on the 28th, now my monitor just went weird. On the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have special guest Samantha Brown coming, who plays Acosta, of course, on From. So make sure.
Yay!
So that's going to be fun. She'll be coming back. Yes, please hit the like button, hype the video if you can, and subscribe to SciFi Vision. Also, don't forget to check out scifivision.com and our video tab for all our interviews. My video with Harold Perrineau will go out tomorrow. I meant to set it up ahead of time and figure out how the hell to play a video in here, because I haven't done it. I had a clip to play for you guys. If I can get it to work, probably have to upload it through here. I'll be doing that when I'm talking. But yeah, that will go out tomorrow. And if you missed it, I already put up the review for the first 6 episodes of Realm. Spoiler-free review. If you guys want to read it, and I'll be doing a video for that as well. Why I am trying to get this dang file up here. Why don't you guys talk about this episode of Daredevil, what you liked about it, and I'll be trying to upload this. Hopefully it'll work. Oh wait, there it is. What did you guys think?
I thought it was actually a really good episode that we missed last week, because episode 4 and 5 kind of blend and roll right into each other. Yeah. So you kind of needed both of them to go back to back. So I thought it was perfect that it worked out the way that it did. And I kind of liked the focus that it had on Bullseye, considering that we just got the information that we're going to be doing like a whole background spinoff over him. So I kind of like that they dropped that news, and then these 2 episodes came out, and it kind of really did like hyper focus a little bit on him. So I kind of really like that. They're really trying to expand their universe, and you kind of saw that a little bit in this episode, in these 2 episodes.
Yeah, it did. It did seem to go together well. I know it wasn't meant to, but it did work together well. What about you, Scarlet?
Yeah, I think Jen's totally right. I mean, now like kind of rewatch them, it does seem like it's like a movie, like with 2 hours, and it really works well that way.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is, I don't know. I was a little like surprised that we waited a week to find out what happened to her, and then if they were going to kill her, But
right.
So that's the only thing I will say is I was a little surprised about that. But I don't like they killed her. I wish they hadn't, but I get why they did. It's going to make Fisk really, really pissed.
Oh, yeah, no one left to like really like hold him back. She was like the one like voice of reason, even though she was behind so much like of the bad shit that he had to get into, which kind of made him reborn into what he is now. She was like the only one that probably could have like held him back on a leash, and now he's completely off the leash, and he's just gonna about to wreak havoc in the next couple episodes, I think.
I think I'm gonna have to add the video this way because it is not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying really hard to get it to work, and it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So, it wasn't supposed to do that.
Into the dimensional void.
That was not what was supposed to happen. Hold on
Now
one
you're in the
second.
void, Jamie.
Come back to us. Where'd you go?
The void.
Just everyone not in the void.
Okay, there we go. Let me.
All right.
I see that I'm going to be hidden for a second here, but let me. Now the question is, how the hell do I get the sound to go into you guys? I don't even know if it'll play out loud. I don't know if you'll get sound. I can't get it to upload to the file. I was trying to. Let me see if it works. Tell me if you guys can hear it. We'll find out.
All right.
It's muted, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's muted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know like how else to. No, that's not that. I don't know. It will not. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with it later. I really was all excited to show it, but I can't do that.
Because you're gonna want to play that before your lives, I'm assuming.
Yeah. If I can get it to. Whoops, that ain't the right one. What the
I was
hell
gonna
is
say
that?
my crow picture is on top.
Yeah,
of
it's okay.
The cyber one, but then it got overlapped there for a second.
That is okay. I don't know why. I tried dragging the file and it keeps giving me like an error every time I try to do it. And it isn't very big. It should work. So I don't know what's spinning. Oh, well, I'll have to figure out what's wrong with it. But anyway, he gave a shout out to the channel. So I do want to play that because it was pretty cool. But that's coming. And the interview will become. Oh, I see what you're saying about your cyber picture. Yeah. It's just because I didn't remove your thing there. We'll do that and see if it
switches.
Yay. Hey, Tutor. Hey, everybody.
I really look like this.
Sorry. The other thing is Sunday and Monday during our From show, we're also going to be doing a giveaway of some talisman that Dieter set up for us. And we'll have a discount code for them as well. So there's that. But yes, I will get the video fixed, and hopefully before then everything will be working. I don't know. I have had like so many problems with my computer and everything else this week. It's just been there. All right. Well, let's talk about Daredevil, and we'll have to talk about From next time. I think we have exhausted our From time. All right. So are you guys like if there's going to be a bullseye? I was trying to think of what it is Karen calls him. A bullseye spinoff.
Me personally, yes, I'm all about expanding this universe, and I really, really like how they really took it and they really adopted from the Marvel's Netflix version of Daredevil, and they've continued on with it. So I kind of really like the way the writers and the directors are going with it. So I'm personally excited because I know it's going to spin off of this. I'm really excited for like the Punisher movie that's going to be coming out. They just dropped a trailer I think like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So I'm really excited about it personally.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. What about you, Scarlet?
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent.
That's okay. I just was curious.
I mean, I do like the whole crushing ice thing. I'm enjoying that. That's making me feel kind of like he's a hero.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know though how they would do a series, to be honest. But I guess if they're planning it, they have something planned. So we'd have to see how it goes. But
yeah, what would the arc be on that?
I don't know. I was wondering where they were going to take it to. I wonder if they were going to go back like to before like he killed Foggy and like kind of show the development that led him up to making the deal with Vanessa. Like while Fisk's away in jail and Vanessa was running the company and all that kind of went down, I kind of was hoping that it would kind of show that time period because we don't kind of know that time period in Daredevil's universe or the Punishers. But I don't know. I'm kind of down to see where they go for it. from it. Like
It's
where
just,
they take it from.
yeah, I agree with you. It is hard though, because he is generally a villain, like how they do that. But then again, Punisher isn't always, doing the best stuff either. So
Right.
I guess. Somebody sent a message.
They can't make a proper anti-hero out of him.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to figure it out. But either way, the only thing I will say is I was worried that when we started watching this, I was worried that they were going to do like a whole flashback episode where, with only having 8 episodes, I don't think that would work. Like, I would like to maybe see it, but not if it was going to take up too much of the time, because we don't get that many. So I'm glad at least it was only part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
All right. So somebody's dog's barking somewhere. So yeah, other than him cooking breakfast, there's kind of this whole thing with him and the neighbor woman. I don't remember her name, but
yeah, but he put out those bullseyes and everything in the kitchen too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed that. You're right.
You didn't take pictures of that, like the eggs with the circles around.
Yeah, everything's a bullseye.
The pan that's behind him with a bullseye on it.
Yeah, no, I see it now, but I didn't. I'm wondering if the video skipped forward more, because I see the pans, but I don't remember seeing more of that when I was trying to capture it. But I was going through I see why. Okay, because I was going through the like previous thing, and I must have, it went through too fast, and I did not realize it. Here, I'm getting a couple and all. There was the thing, I saw the dog eating the egg. I don't know why the rest of them I didn't get though. Weird. Don't know. Oh well. There's at least that. There's a bullseye there for you.
There's the pan.
There's the pan. But yeah, he's good to look at though, right? So there's that too. But he goes to the diner, and I think this whole scene was really fun, wasn't it? I really liked it. I mean, yes, crushing ice with that too, but I mean, in general, mine is, regardless of that part, I like the scene. How's that? That's probably the best way to put it. Because he's just kind of like, coming in there all calm, asking for a milkshake, and then calls and he's like, Punisher's here. And at that moment, that he's planned this.
Mm-hmm. April Fools.
Yeah. I love though that he uses, he uses the straw and the pick, and he later stabs the guy with the lobster. And so he was having a good time.
There were some really good fight scenes in this episode.
There were.
There really were. I love this whole diner scene.
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. I think the whole thing was choreographed really good together, the way they did it, and filmed really well. And I think it was funny. Sorry, what?
Were you surprised that he phoned in as the Punisher and not Daredevil?
He's not going after Matt, so I guess it makes sense. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, if he's trying to help Matt, although not that he's doing it to help Matt. So
right.
Yeah, Punisher, he doesn't care if he gets in trouble. But look, it was only to bring the people there. I mean, obviously Punisher's not there. He didn't change clothes though, right? He just pulled a hood over his head, right? Okay, because I was trying to, it went fast, and I'm like, it looks like he must be wearing the same stuff, but he suddenly has that hood over his head, and then he starts killing everybody. But yeah, it's just a bloodbath, and I mean, it was gratuitous, but it was funny. It was just done in a way that really I thought was great. And then you got this poor little doggy. I was like, you better not hurt the doggy. I'm turning the show off.
I thought about you, Jamie, when I watched this. I thought,
especially
that dog's going to get harmed in some way.
Yeah, and he's like, I did like that though, because he's like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm the good guy. Which
he is. I believe he's the good guy.
Yeah, he is. But there, he even takes the lobster and throws it at one of the ATF guys, or not ATF, task force guys. There you can see the lobster, the knife, and then he makes a bullseye out of ketchup for Daredevil to find later on down the road, which he does. And if I'm going too fast, guys, let me know. I'm just kind of trying to go through everything. So we have more of BB's videos. So obviously Daniel hasn't done anything about it, hasn't stopped her or has improved it, I guess. But I feel like a lot of this kind of took more of a back seat these episodes because so much of it was about the fight and about Vanessa, as it should be.
Yeah.
But
Right.
so it really didn't go into a whole lot.
The bitching in the kitchen.
Yeah, I keep saying even on our other show, I said I gotta like make a poster or something that says that because I love that. So much better than what they came up with, that's for sure. And then we have Soledad here, Angela's aunt, who is, along with some other people of the ones that were arrested and detained, she's making videos. They're going to try to get this video to BB in order to try to, tell the truth about what Fisk has been doing. There's one thing I kind of have a problem with, and I think I've said this before. I don't know if it was on this show or on the other show, but they went through and used the evidence to prove that Fisk was bad before and was doing all these horrible things to the city, right? And he was arrested, and finally everybody listened to Matt. And it's like the fact that everybody miraculously seems to have forgotten about that and that he's doing the same type of thing and nobody's stopping him. I kind of wonder, like, why is this any different or going to stick any different? Because it's like people did not remember what happened, and that's irritated me for a while. And I guess I get it. I want to bring them back, but
reminds me of our current political system.
Exactly. I thought it did a really good job of mirroring exactly what we're going through now.
It was on purpose.
Yeah,
I guess. But I mean, Fisk was in prison, and it was all stopped. I guess I just feel like, and as a storytelling, regardless of what it mirrors, as a storytelling device, it irritates me because I feel like people have no memory in this show is how it made me feel anyway, but I get it. And then we have Swordsman. So what did you think about Jack here? Because we talked about this on Tuesday. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen more of Jack. Like, I get it's not his show. And like I said before, there's only 8 episodes, so we don't want him to devote it too much to other people. But I would have liked to have seen more Swordsman. And I would almost rather have a Swordsman spinoff than a Bullseye spinoff, though.
Maybe.
I mean, I like Bullseye, and he's hot, but like, I don't really know a lot about him. He's eye candy, but I don't know a whole lot about him. Swordsman, not that he's bad looking, I don't mean that, but I just mean like Swordsman, I don't know anything. Swordsman I know more about. Jack Duquesne I know more about, and he's funny, and like I could see the spinoff more for that than I could for Bullseye. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you want to see more of him? Would you watch a spinoff of Jack Duquesne?
I would.
Yeah, I'd probably watch that more than a Bullseye one.
That's kind of my point. Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But at least he was in it for what he was in it. But I think at this point, when he says he's leaving, like, I don't think he's going to come back for a while, probably.
Yeah, that made me sad. I kind of wanted to get a really good fight scene with him in there. We really didn't see him like use his skills like that in this series so far yet. And it would, he kind of like just like left after everything that happened. No revenge, no nothing, just like walks away. And I was just like, oh, womp, womp, womp. we get some more. I'm like, really just gonna walk away? You were held, like, that's it? You're just going to leave?
They could have left him in a little bit longer, I think. But
yeah. Agreed.
But this is already episode 5. So we're already over halfway. So,
but he definitely saw
this is
connection.
Episode 4 here, but the 2 were 5. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're right. This is 4 and 5, but at least there's a connection, right? He leaves Matt like all this money, like a blank check for the most part. So hopefully that'll be like the string for the, the show to pull him back in when they need him. So if we don't see him this season, hopefully maybe we'll get more of him next season.
Yeah, I hope that isn't just a way to fix the fact that Matt doesn't have money to do things and now he does. but yes, I agree. That could be a reason to bring him back in. Question though, just because as I'm looking at this, and I know during the watch party, Karen was complaining, does his eyes like weird you out looking at his mask? I'm assuming that those are probably added digitally as opposed to like some kind of see-through thing because it looks like shiny, but it's weird when they show close-ups like that. You can see the shiny. I don't know. Does it weird you out? Or does it not bother you?
Now that I'm staring at it and it's a still shot, it looks so weird now. But in the thickness of the actual show, I kind of didn't notice it. Thanks, Karen, because now I'm not going to not see that ever again.
Well, to be fair, I am looking at a lot of still shots, getting them. So I probably noticed that kind of stuff more. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I kind of always wondered why they did that. And I mean, maybe it's on the original costume in the comics, I'm guessing. But like, that's got to be hard because obviously for a seeing person, that would be hard to do, which is why I'm assuming rather than like I mean, it could be like I can't think of the right word, but like a see-through gauze like stuff. But it looks shiny, which makes me think he probably has nothing there and they're just adding it digitally. But to me, if they are, it kind of seems like a waste of money. Like you only see it when you freeze frame it like this, and like what does it accomplish? But like I said, maybe it's more they wanted to make it like the comic book costume, which I don't even know if that is there in the comic book costume. I never really looked, but
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right. So Karen and everybody are there with this group, like I said, trying to record everything. And Angela wants to be, I don't know why that shot was so odd, the way they're looking at each other. Angela says that she can get the videos to BB because, Karen and him they're looking for them, so they can't leave. I really liked that as much as Karen's like, no, you can't do this, it's too dangerous, that Daredevil Matt is totally like, yeah, she can do it, and isn't even concerned. I mean, he says, are you ready? And she says, were you? So I guess he asks her if she's comfortable with it, but like, he's just like, yeah, go for it. No, she has the tiger and she'll be okay. But I don't know. What did you think about that? Because I just thought it was cool. I don't know. For whatever reason, it stood out to me that he had faith in her, even if, Karen thinks it's this teenager who they have to worry about. I don't know.
I thought it kind of really resembled like a parent relationship. Like the mom is usually more like protective over the daughter and doesn't want to let her go and kind of do things. And the dad's kind of like, no, she can do it. She can handle it. And kind of like, takes his hands away a little bit more and lets her do things. So I kind of thought it really kind of mirrored that. But I do like that Daredevil let her. And I do think that he thinks in the back of his mind, like they're in a really hard position. They can't leave right now. The task force is everywhere looking for them and they need to utilize every resource they have. And if someone says they can do it, then you're going to have to let them do it because we're kind of stuck and don't have many options. So.
True. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Scarlet? You're kind of quiet. I just want to make sure you get to talk too.
Oh, that's fine. I kind of see it the same way. Put her on the bicycle, but taking the hands off and walking behind her, kind of a thing. I was talking about.
Well, let's just hope she doesn't end up getting hurt. Look, I like that they're bringing in all these other characters. Although I just wish there was more episodes. Like they can't really go to watch anything. What? Sorry.
Does the necklace make her invincible? Is that what's happening here? What powers does she get from that?
It makes her stronger.
Okay.
Stronger and faster.
Okay.
Yeah, but not invincible. All right. So then this guy comes in. They think somebody's breaking in. Think it's probably the task force, but it's not. I don't have his name up, but what is it?
Kiskoff.
Kiskoff. Okay. Either way, he is the first mate on from the Northern Star, from the ship, the one that Fisk has been after, and he's come for asylum. And thankfully, he at least gets his video made before he gets killed later on in the next episode. At least he gets it out, right? Again, I don't know that anybody's gonna like listen, but at least he gets the video made. I kind of wonder though, do you think that we're and I don't know because I haven't like really looked at spoilers or anything, so I'm just like asking from a standpoint of what do you think? Do you think that there's going to be like a season 3 of Fisk? I kind of wonder if maybe it is winding down to an end because I feel like we don't need I don't know, like I like Fisk, but I'm kind of getting sick of Fisk and like I want a different villain. I don't know that I need him in a season 3. So if these videos do work and the town turns against him, I would be okay with that. I don't know. How do you guys think that's, I don't know, for next season? How do you feel about it?
I'm with you. I want to see different villains. There's more to the universe than just Kingpin, so I do want to see other villains come in.
What about you, Scarlet?
So do you think they're just going to throw him back in the prison again, or they're just going to annihilate him somehow?
I don't know.
I don't
Or
know.
both.
So maybe he'll be so distraught over Vanessa, he'll just give up, which I doubt. But
Yes.
Could work. I don't know. I just think
I'm
that
hanging up the mantle.
no, I just think they've kind of dragged it out a little bit too long. I like how in the original series, like he was there through it, but it wasn't like every episode. There was other, other stuff going on, other, people they were fighting, and it made it a little different, I guess, each week. So it wasn't always exactly the same. But either way, he records what happened and badmouths Fisk, and we know that he may not be in the world for long after that, right?
Right.
All right. So then we have Vanessa and Fisk at their house, and Fisk is telling Vanessa he set up a plane, I guess, for her plane ticket to go. I don't know if they have a plane or it was a plane ticket, but anyway, have her go to see the governor to talk to her since she will listen to Vanessa and does not like Fisk. But it's all kind of a ruse. I mean, he's really sending her on the flight because he knows that there's a very good chance that Bullseye is going to come to the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, they're trying to lure him to the fight. So he doesn't want her there in danger. Which part of me feels like maybe doing it this way and telling her no was probably partially what pulled her to go. So maybe that wasn't the smartest thing. And I don't know. I think I had been going to mention earlier. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Maybe I did. But I did put up the interview with her, the actress who plays her, talking about going to the fight and why she went and about her death scenes and all that stuff. So people can see that on the channel. But yeah, that's a good interview. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I feel like telling her no maybe wasn't the best way to get her not to go.
I had to do some reverse psychology on her.
Yeah.
You should totally go. Well, I'm not going then.
Right.
Yeah, it might work, right? I mean, I don't know. I think Vanessa would have done her own thing. And I still tend to think, at least personally, I think a lot of the decisions that are made are because of Vanessa. I have felt for quite a while that she's kind of pulling a lot of the strings, and I don't think he realized, like, I think he thinks that he's making the decisions, but I think a lot of it is just kind of her machinations and figuring things out. And one of those things where, like, makes it sound like it's his idea, so he's happy with it, and that he came up with it even though he really didn't. I don't know. That's how I see their dynamic anyway.
No, I think you're 100% right. She really knows him well and knows how to manipulate the situation so she can get what she wants out of it, but making him still look like the king that he is in her worlds.
Yeah. Well, either way, she agrees to go. And we were talking, I think it was last week, about how, which kind of stinks, that they've sort of sidelined Vanessa this season. She hasn't been doing as much, and she had taken over his
Empire business.
Empire, there you go. Empire, yeah, that's a good word for it. Had taken it over for a while, so she was the one running things. And even when she wasn't, though, I felt like she was still more in on it, and it hasn't been as much this season. It's been more about Kingpin. So I really thought I was disappointed in the fact that whenever they brought her in with the governor, it was like, oh, here it goes, and I thought it was going to continue in that vein, and unfortunately it did not. But at least she's got her great red dresses and everything, right? She always looks good. You can't. Yeah. Well, she's killed now. She's, that's why she's been wearing red, and of course, it does go back to the white at the end of the episode. But plus, the white shows the blood better. So there's that. There's that.
So it's sort of like that one painting. It's to double that painting, that white painting that got blood on it.
Yeah,
that's Snowstorm.
Yeah, Rabbit in a Snowstorm, which whenever they had, it was her lover that got killed that was on the painting, wasn't it? That the blood splattered, or am I wrong? I was trying to remember.
She killed him. Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to remember who was killed. Yeah. That painting's been kind of a big part of the show just because of how they met and everything, and the symbolism behind it and everything. So yeah, the blood on the white. There is, I really should have had a cast list out. The woman who works at the restaurant, which who's been hiding the people, she had been hiding him, but he came to, like I said, came to tell them what they needed to know to help them since they helped him. And I don't really remember the conversation between them other than they kissed, and it was just them, worried about what was going to go down.
Is this the part where she's kind of leaning towards like killing Fisk and like killing everybody, and he's like, we're not going to murder anybody. That's not how we're doing it.
Oh, was that here? I thought that was before. It could have been. Yeah. I mean, look, that's what Bullseye's about. I think both of these episodes, because you're right, these two episodes sort of feel like one long episode. Yeah. The whole theme of these two episodes, and I mean, they repeat it over and over again, and it's more so, I guess, the second episode, but this episode too. I feel like the whole theme is between, grace and letting someone have mercy as opposed to revenge. And they're going back and forth about that because Karen's the one who wants, in this case, has been the one that wants revenge too. And yeah, Matt is not, that's just not who Matt is, no matter how hard he tries. That's just not who he is. And, even the Punisher can't make him be more like him. Matt is never going to be. But I was just going to say, we talk sometimes about their relationship. Like, I see their relationship more because I've watched a lot of the first series. But I get that if you haven't, you wouldn't really feel them. And even though I have seen it, and like in the beginning, in the first series, I was like shipping them. In this series, I just don't really care as much. And I don't know if it's because she had left. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel it as much. Like, I feel more Vanessa and Fisk a lot more than I do the two of them.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? That's what I was going to ask you, like, what you guys thought.
No, there's something definitely off between them. Like, they're not like in harmony and in balance in this series. I know exactly what you mean. And then you're right. If you didn't watch the Netflix, the 3 series on Netflix, you wouldn't kind of understand how they got together so quick and why they're suddenly together. But there's definitely something off with their relationship. I don't feel their chemistry on screen as much as I do like Vanessa and Fisk. Like, you can feel like the passion and love between them, Vanessa and Fisk, but not so much like Karen and Matt. You always feel like one side is pulling harder from the other. Like, it's just not balanced.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just not devoting enough time to like that backstory part of it, which, because there's only 8 episodes, I get, and I guess we more need the story, but it feels to me like it's missing. I don't know. How do you feel, Scarlet? Because you haven't seen any of the other series, so you might even dislike it even more.
I don't know. I just thought it was fine. They work out, they play hard, they fight, they exercise, they practice a little bit, their fighting technique, they make out.
Yeah.
I don't know. A bit about the job, they make out. It's fine.
They do make out once in a while. I don't know. I guess I just feel like in the original series, I was rooting for them. Like I said, I was a shipper. I wanted them to get together. I really liked that relationship. And now I'm just kind of like, eh. Like, it's not that I dislike it or I don't want them to be together. I just don't. It doesn't feel important, and it doesn't feel as, I don't want to say legitimate, but it doesn't. Yeah, I don't see as much chemistry. It's what you said with that. I don't.
Is it like they got married and moved to the suburbs?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe, I guess so.
The passion is not there.
What I miss the most, and this isn't really about the relationship, but just because I'm talking about their relationship, like, I think a big part of what made, to me, the original series good was the 3 of them. Like, I miss Foggy.
Right.
I'm annoyed he's gone, and it's kind of like there's something missing because he's not there, not in their relationship, obviously, but yeah, he's not there, and maybe it's now too because like she knows who he is, so there's like none of that tension with anybody because like all the well, I won't want to say all the main characters because really she's the only one. But I mean, like before, it was kind of like neither of them knew, and then it was like just he knew, and it's like now it's just not a part of the story anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that. But Kimberly misses Foggy too. Good. Let's see. She also says, I know that Karen and Matt had history in the OG series, but there was a weird tension with Karen and Frank. And I remember that still being present in season 1 of Reborn. Born Again. You did the same thing I do. Born Again. I've been trying to train myself out of that. It's like Karen who keeps calling Bullseye blind spot. She needs to train it. I'm just teasing you, Kimberly. Yeah, I still haven't gotten to the Karen Frank part. So I can't really comment on that. I don't know. Did you like the Karen Frank stuff or the tension or whatever? I don't know exactly what happened because, like I said, I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know. Did you like that part, Jen?
I personally, it was a different dynamic. Is probably the best way that I can say it. It was definitely a different dynamic, and I didn't know how I felt about it because you were kind of rooting for Karen and Matt. So they had a different dynamic, and it was just different. But there was definitely more chemistry between them than there is with Matt and her now.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I gotta finish that. I wanted to do it in order, was originally my plan, but I did start back up this past week. I started back up Luke Cage, so I'm getting there. I just got to catch up to it, and then I'll watch the end of it. Hopefully in time for all the other spin-offs of whatever's coming. At least be ready for. Sorry, what, Scarlet?
I thought Jessica Jones would be on here by now. Where is she?
Next week, I think, is when people were theorizing. I don't know how true that is. I'm just guessing, but
okay, it's a little late.
It is. Well, look, I think it's kind of like with Bullseye coming in. I mean, it's not meant to be Jessica Jones' show. She's going to be like a guest star, as are potentially other people. But like there is a spinoff coming, so it's probably more of like a backdoor pilot for people who didn't see the original and all that. Somebody's messaging me something, but yeah, I want to see her too. I want to see some of the other people. I'm not sure. I've maybe accidentally read some things. I don't know how much things are true, but I do know she's at least coming, and I'd like to. Yeah, I think we've all been waiting for that. Let's be honest. Watching this, you've been waiting. All right, so we have more of Bullseye, and then it goes back and forth. So I must have just taken that one picture. Back to the office with Kirsten, and I always forget, is it Kristen or Kirsten? We always go back and forth about how do you pronounce her name, and I always forget which it is, and I always say the wrong thing.
I think she's a Kirsten.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, a CIR.
Okay, I don't know why we keep mixing it up, but we do. I need a better cast list in front of me is what I need, because my memory is shit and I don't remember half the people's names. So
remember when we were doing that during Nautilus? We couldn't remember anybody's names.
Yeah, I would think I would know this one. I at least remember the people in From. I get those right usually. Oh, that's right. I didn't realize. I knew that it was close. I didn't know whose was which day. But if Lori's
it's Lori's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Lori. I don't think you're here, but happy birthday and happy belated birthday to you, Jen.
I was going to try to wish her a happy birthday before it wasn't her birthday anymore at 12.
Oh, okay. Well, then happy birthday to Lori too before it's not her birthday. But yeah, you guys
happy birthday, Jen.
Thanks.
You guys have. I was just gonna say, you guys are doing a birthday trivia thing tomorrow, right?
Yep. Yep. Okay. On her channel, we're gonna do a birthday From trivia tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about From things.
All right.
Well, all the stuff that you were talking about that you've done, we're gonna be doing our own deep dive into that stuff too. The the synopsises, the breakdown, and the titles, and all that stuff. All the new stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
I have trivia for you guys.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I made it for Lori for her birthday.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Thank you. You're the best.
You're welcome. I didn't know she was having a panel. Is she having a panel while I was on here, or were you just showing up in the chat?
I'm not sure.
I think we were supposed to go on I thought we were supposed to go on the panel, or at least for the trivia. So I don't know if I'm going to make the beginning of it, but I'll be there for the trivia for sure. But anyway, I was
well, I had to be there for trivia because I have the answer key, because Lori wanted to guess the answers, so I only have the answers.
All right, fair enough. But that's on Real Cinema Therapy for people who don't know. And also, we had our trivia from last night. If anybody missed it and wants to watch it and still play along, you can. It's on our live, on our live feed. Doug was there too in the chat, making lots of jokes. We had some really good
laughs. Lots of laughs.
Good one-liners. Yeah.
That
was I just didn't sleep after that, but otherwise it was fun. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I get sidetracked.
I hyped it because I wanted to hype it. So there you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know a lot of people don't even have a hype button, so I hope they roll that out to the rest of the people. Thanks, Anon. I'm glad that you had fun. We're gonna have to do that again. We need to get more trivia ahead of time though, and have it ready, and then schedule it so we have good trivia. I tried.
You did great. The questions were great. They were not that easy.
Is better at writing them, but no, it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
They came off the top of my dome. They came from my brain.
Nice.
I just write my questions from my brain because doing all these recaps it's just in there. It's all in there.
True. I don't know.
Maybe an hour to spit out 20 from trivia questions without a problem.
Wow.
No, that's great. I just feel like I haven't had an hour to sit down and think and not do something else lately. Yeah. That's why I said today, when I was done my interviews, I slept. I went to bed for a couple hours. Like, I'm too old for this. I literally got like 2.5 hours sleep, and I'm like,
sleep as naps doesn't really work super well.
It doesn't. But at a certain point, I had to have it. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Hello, New York. This for this picture, New York. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why Karen's saying hello, New York, since she's not in New York. I missed something there. I don't know.
Well, Jen's in New York. Maybe say hi to Jenn.
Oh, okay. There, yeah. She's maybe saying hi to you.
Or Lori.
Or yes, Lori's. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Lori's in there too. I forgot. But yeah.
Are you guys far apart from each other, Jenn?
She's in Brooklyn, and so she's like maybe 2 hours from me. Oh. I go to Brooklyn often, almost like every other weekend. So.
Yeah. Have you guys met up at all?
Not yet. We have to. We're planning on something this summer.
Cool.
Yeah. You ought to do a show like live together,
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I was gonna say, me and Karen have done a couple shows live together, but we've been at like conventions and it wasn't video. It was all just like when we used to do it over the phone back in the day when we didn't do it over YouTube. We've done it, but it's all been from on location, I guess would be the best way to say that when we've done it. Yes. Oh, from Brooklyn. I don't know. I thought you were asking New York. I didn't realize that was you asking. He's from New York. I don't know what city he's in. Somewhere around there. All right. So here's Pal again, who has gone to. Whoops, I went too far. Who has gone to the office to shake them down, and he's like, where's Swordsman? And I have to say, like, wouldn't Jack have been really, really stupid to go there? Like, I'm surprised they actually think he went there. I don't quite get that. Don't you agree? Like, why would he have went there? That's like so ridiculously stupid. But
I agree. I thought he was just saying that for like a reason to be there. I'm like, that's just the reason why they're there tearing the office apart looking for him. I'm like, no way do you think he's really there? That's just an excuse to like just terrorize them.
They're just to upset her and scare her. Because I thought they were actually looking for something. That's why I assumed maybe they really were looking for him, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think they're looking for a clue of where they might be, but I don't think that they thought that they would actually be there. And I think it's also just sending a message because I think they think that Kirsten's obviously in contact with them.
Yeah. I think he also asked where Matt is, doesn't he? Maybe not. I can't remember for sure. He might have. Yeah. She doesn't know anything, which is good in this case because she can't lie to them or doesn't have to lie to them. But yeah, like Karen said, they're not hired for their brains. Definitely not. No, I think Pal was hired for his looks, though. He's pretty cute, but maybe isn't there in the brain department. All right. So back to Fisk and Buck there. this is when Mr. Charles comes in, and he, as usual, acts like he owns the place. And look, you don't tell Fisk what to do, you know?
Right.
I feel like he has survived a lot longer than other people that have done that. And he's kind of like, he's getting close. I really like him, and I hope they don't kill off Matthew Lillard's character. But if he keeps it up, I don't know.
Agreed.
Yeah, because he kind of, he kind of threatens him. He's like, oh, I never go into a room I don't know how to get out of. And, his henchmen, his own henchmen come in and point their guns, and they're like, and then Buck automatically like shoots them in a few seconds, and it's all over. And then he's like, oh, shit. They don't kill him, but I kind of question, like, are they only not killing him because they need him because of Fontaine and that? I don't know, but it seems funny. But yeah, he's starting to piss Fisk off, I think, too much.
Agreed.
All right, so Karen in her really bad wig goes to visit Kirsten.
One of her very bad wigs.
One of her very bad wigs. Well, hey, to be fair, the character got the wig. It isn't like a, supposed to be, the show made it to be realistic. Otherwise, hopefully it wouldn't be that bad. Although I don't know, because Matt's and Foggy's wigs in the next episode aren't so great. So I don't know. But anyway, she goes to see Kirsten. She helps her clean up the place. And this is where Kirsten is like, where's Matt? And she won't tell her, but she does tell her he's safe and that she needs a favor. And Kirsten says something like, how much is this? I forget exactly what she says. How much is this going to cost me? Or what's this, because she knows it's probably not something she's going to enjoy. Excuse me, but it's filming the videos. And we go to the governor, and I do not remember, not that I'm surprised, but I do not remember her name other than Lily Taylor. I'll just call her that because that's what I always call her. Yeah, well, that's what I remember is the actress's name.
Yeah, good actress.
Yeah, no, she is a good actress. I had talked to her for the other show she was in before. So Vanessa goes to see her. And this is what I was saying earlier. Like, I really thought that Vanessa was going to start taking care of things again. And I really enjoyed this. And I thought this was a step in the right direction before I knew they were going to turn around and kill her. But yeah, I really like this scene. Did you guys, did you like the scene?
I like the scene, but I also just like the way it was shot. Like, this is the second time that and I kind of didn't catch it till now, or like on the second rewatch, like you see her with that light, like the lighting behind her where she's in a brighter light than whoever else is in the shot with her. And I really kind of like this dynamic. And I agree with you. I kind of wanted her to step back up and step into like a different role, or, a more commanding role like she had when Fisk was in jail, and then they did kill her off, and I didn't like that. But I thought this was going in the right direction, and I kind of liked that we saw earlier on in other episodes. That was the point, right? They kind of didn't want to just have Fisk. They wanted Vanessa by Fisk's side. And here he's actually like going in on it. He's letting her do something. The governor actually likes her and says it. He's like, I can't sleep at night if I was backing Fisk, but I could back. And it kind of just shows like the chaos that's going to wind up spiraling out from her death because of that. Because Fisk is not going to, have anybody to control him, like I'd said earlier. But I really did like this shot. It was like quick and simple. Like they kind of got what they needed to say done, and the business was over pretty quick. And I kind of liked that as well.
Karen says, I liked it. I thought maybe the strong strategic Vanessa was back. Yeah. And I think it's also kind of ironic because to me, again, maybe you weren't supposed to feel that way. I don't know. But I think she was more dangerous than Fisk in a way. So I think it's funny that she's backing her. She had a lot of potential in the show. It's too bad they offed her. Yeah. I really liked Vanessa. I'm annoyed at Fisk. I know they're not going to kill off Fisk, but I liked Vanessa, so
yeah, I did too.
But yeah, she's really good at talking her way through, to the governor and getting her support and getting her to follow them. So yeah, but at the same time, the governor, I don't think the governor. Obviously, the governor doesn't like Fisk, but the governor like gets the game. You know what I mean? Like she's like, oh, this is working. The constituents like it, so I'm not going to do anything. She's kind of on that edge. I don't think the governor's quote unquote, a bad guy, but I don't know that she's really morally sound either. Maybe she's not going to die. The governor said she could be back, Mrs. Fisk. It seems to foreshadow something. This is what I just want to answer that and say, I think it's kind of interesting because it seemed to me like after the first episode, I really figured that she would come back, right? I didn't think they were going to kill her. And then they did like a fake out because they acted like they were going to kill her. And then they acted like she was alive again and she was okay. And then they killed her. And then when they did it, it was like the only confirmation you really got was that the EKG was going off and he was screaming. Like that was where it ended. To me, it was like a really weird place to end it. But I don't know, for them to do another fake out and have her suddenly come back, I don't foresee happening. I'd like to see it happen, but I don't foresee it happening. Would love to see these two smart women using each other and scheming together. I would too.
Me too.
We could get more flashbacks, but I don't know. I mean, I get why they did it. They want Fisk to go crazy off the rails. I just I can see why. I just don't know that I agree with it or like the direction they're heading. All right. So then we have this guy who was the one in the bodega that got arrested. So I'm not sure why she's using him. But Angela is going to give him the jump drive with the video on in order to give to BB. And I remember thinking he is so going to botch that up. I was surprised that it worked, but yet Daniel still looks suspicious. So I don't know later on, but she gives it to him. And then we have Matt who comes to the diner. You got to love that scene when he comes in and tells the other cops off and they're like the task force dicks. They are, but Matt played that. Matt played it up really well. I thought it was great. I like that. But he comes in to investigate what's going on. He looks at I didn't get a picture of it. I thought I did. He finds the coin that leads him to the church, so he knows where to go find him. Yeah, I like it. It's not very often. This is going to sound stupid, but you don't see Matt dressed differently very often, if that makes sense. I'm kind of this is cool. This is kind of different. You see Matt in a suit or you see Matt as Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So it stands out to me. I don't know. Let's see. Karen says, we didn't see her declared dead or a funeral. She could be resuscitated in the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would like to see that. I just wonder if that too many fake outs though, right? Too many. She's alive, she's dead. She's alive, she's dead.
Too many. If she dies and they resuscitate her, she could be a zombie, Vanessa.
Zombie
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
There is Marvel Zombies, so that's a different series. That's an animated series.
Yeah, I think she's a goner.
Yeah, I think so too. I would like to think she's not, but I just don't know.
She dies in the books too, so
yeah. I was gonna say I was looking that up because I thought so.
Yeah, she dies in the comic books.
Marvel Zombies was
the same way, Jen, or a different way?
Oh, she dies in the comics.
Oh, that I don't remember. I do know that she dies in the comics, but I don't remember how she dies in the comics. She does die and she's in the hospital, but I don't know if it's the same exact way. That I'd have to look up.
Okay. Did they have a kid? I kind of thought maybe they had a kid, but I don't know if I saw that or got that from somewhere. But I questioned it too because of the conversation they had the other week. You knew they weren't gonna have a kid, but the way they had that conversation about him not having an heir, it also made me wonder. I don't know. I for some reason thought maybe she did in the comics. Anyway, so he goes to the church. There he is. He looks all cool. And he talks to the priest, who doesn't necessarily want to help him find Echo. Was sort of his sort of daughter. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Fisk has been in a lot of the series, but then again, so has Matt. Matt's made his rounds in the series, different series too. So, Matt. Yeah, Matt. It was Matt. Matt is talking to the priest. I'm losing my brain. Matt is talking to the priest who doesn't really want to help him find Bullseye, but he does tell him something about that I think he says that he could hear the church bells from his house or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly, but it leads Matt to his apartment. And they fight, and he grabs that poor lady who he was being nice to her and her dog, and like now he's scared the shit out of her. That wasn't nice. But
he was my hero.
Oh God, there's the eye again. Now I can't stop seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know if you were in here. Yeah, I don't know if you were in here earlier, Karen. I was telling them what you were saying about his eyes.
Look into my eye.
Yeah, it's just weird. It is buggy, like a bug with the between the two horns that kind of look like antennas and that. This is, I believe, where Bullseye is saying that Bullseye is saying that one good deed will erase. Isn't this where that happens? Where he's saying that like one good deed will erase all the bad things he's done, basically, which I don't know where he gets that idea, but that's what he thinks. That's his philosophy. And his good deed is killing Fisk. He thinks that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing in this world. But Matt's like, you can't do that because, he's Matt, but also he knows he'll make him a martyr and it won't work out. So he's going to do everything he can to stop him, even if he doesn't necessarily want to save Fisk, right?
Right.
So they fight. And Matt chases him. Let's see. Do you guys think that's messed up? Does one good deed erase all the bad you've done? What do you guys think? I'll let you answer first, and then I'll say why. What do you guys think?
I disagree, but you can also flip it the other way. Does one bad deed erase all the good you've done? And in this society, the way we see things, when one person does something really bad, it usually does erase all the good they've done. So, I mean, I personally don't think it does because I think that that's karmatic. But at the same breath, if you can't argue one way and not the other.
That's true. Although now you're making me think of the conversation I had with Harold, which will be up tomorrow. But
okay, I can't wait to see that.
We were talking about what he did to Elgin and everything. That's why you brought that up. What do you think, Scarlet?
You gotta just weigh it all on both sides.
Fair.
There's always these characters, and I don't want to say like Randall from, but I'm going to. That are characters that go out and do good things, but then they're just jerks the other way around to do. You gotta balance. You gotta balance that feather against whatever.
I agree with you. I think it's interesting what you said about the other side of it is one bad thing doesn't necessarily erase all the good things either. But to me, I think what is more important, I guess, is like, I think one good deed could erase the bad things, but I think they have to regret the bad things and be sorry for the bad things because like they can do something good and redeem themselves, because you see characters redeeming themselves all the time when maybe even they shouldn't. But like, I don't know, if they still are like okay with everything they've done and not changing, then I don't think it really matters what they do in a show. Like they're never going to be redeemed. I know we had this argument so many times with Fallen Skies because they tried to make the one character likable and good, and like he had been so bad and like had raped the one character, and I forget what else, and we had this discussion every week arguing about it. But yeah, I don't know that it can redeem him, but I still would maybe watch a spinoff. And Karen says, I guess to Matt, killing cannot ever be considered a good deed. Yeah, I think that's what these episodes are about. If he can prevent something, he's going to prevent it, whether he likes them or not. That's just who he is. And that's
right. And I think like Bullseye's argument to that is, well, I should have died the night that I killed Foggy, and I didn't. Right. And kind of reminds Daredevil of what he did when he kind of crossed that line and definitely pushed him right over the edge of the building on purpose. So
yeah, I like and later in the episode too, when he says, you know, I shouldn't have done that. That's why I'm trying to save you. So,
Right.
you know, I hadn't even thought about it, but Matt's pretty much doing the same thing though, right? Like Matt didn't do bad deeds, but he's still trying to feel redeemed because of what he did, because he made that one mistake and tried to kill somebody and he didn't even die. But was it wrong that Matt threw him off the building? Maybe. It's good TV, but I mean, it wasn't really a good deed. But he killed a lot of people though. So it depends how you look at it. I mean, sometimes maybe killing people isn't the most awful thing if they've killed a lot of people and are continuing to kill a lot of people. But
they're ice agents.
yes, like that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But you know, you can see both sides of it sometimes.
Sorry, what was it? The AMT agent? What's the acronym?
What? Oh, I don't know. I just call them task force. I don't know what you're calling.
Task force agents.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So there's more of him. Excuse me, I died too much. More of him making the video. And there's Kirsten recording or talking to him on the recording. I question though if they release that, like, is that not going to put her in danger? That was the one thing I wondered, like putting her face on it. Like I almost want them to do like the anonymous, you know, fake voice, because otherwise they might go after her. Karen says maybe turn himself in and accept punishment. That would be a start towards redemption. It would, but then they can't have a spinoff. That's my only comment to that. Anti-Vigilante Task Force. There you go. It's AVTF.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
All right. So then we have Baby, who is going to him at the hospital, is talking to Daniel and's like, how's Vanessa doing? And she's trying to get dirt on her. And he doesn't want to tell her. And he's like, are we really doing this now? But he ends up telling her that she's in critical condition. I kind of wondered why she didn't just say, or maybe didn't feel like she wanted to know because she was there when she got hurt. Like, I feel like even if you don't like the person, like if you were there and saw them get stabbed in the head, that you might be curious if they survived just because you watched it happen, not because you were going to go put it on the news. But I also question if it was her that put it on the news, because I don't understand how that made sense. At least to me, it didn't, because that's like a different news place. That's not her like news thing she does, right?
Right.
I didn't understand if that actually came from her. I don't know if you were just supposed to assume it was, or if they just didn't explain it, or if I'm just looking too much into it. But to me, I was like, I don't see how she could have given him that information. And I wondered if somebody else leaked it. But I also kind of questioned, like, is saying they're in critical condition really like newsworthy? I feel like finding out if she died, I could understand him getting upset about. But like, I would assume that everybody would assume she's in critical condition until they find out one way or another. I don't know. To me, that wasn't even really a thing, but it was to them.
I thought the point of the scene was really just to show like Daniel starting to become unraveled, because he's like questioning everything. Because we saw him take the phone call, and the guy like he was talking to, handling some type of a press like correspondence, he told me, he's like, really, you're gonna ask if she's dead? That's where you're gonna go? And he gets all pissed off, and 2 seconds later he sees her, and they get into the conversation, and I think like 3 questions in, she asks him the same thing, and he stops and he looks at her, and rather than like freaking out on her the way he just did on the phone, he like kind of questions everything, and then kind of leans in and tells her what's going on. And you kind of can see like him handling the same situation with the same exact scenario. It's a press person, and he does the exact opposite. And he's already kind of like looking at her side eyes, and it just kind of shows where his guilt is going, because he definitely knows it's her and just doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah. I still think that he's going to throw somebody else under the bus to save her. Like, I don't know that he's going to, go against Fist to protect her. Right. But I think that he would throw somebody else under the bus. Right. I keep saying, for some reason, I think it's going to be Sheila, just because I don't think it would work with Buck. But some things that have floated around make me think maybe might not be Sheila, but I don't know. I'm not sure who else it could be. I just keep getting this feeling for whatever reason that I feel like he's going to be like, they did it, because he has proof that she did it maybe, and he can like fake it on somebody else. But the only other person I can think of is Buck, and I think Buck's too smart for that. I don't think it would work. I just don't think it would work.
No, they have to keep sharing hot dogs. They can't get rid of Buck yet.
Yeah. Besides, he needs his henchmen, unless Daniel becomes his main henchman. Who knows? He wasn't going to tell her until she hugged him. That is a good point.
That's a good point, Kelly.
He likes her. We know this. I think he loves her. Yes,
Agreed.
That's right. That description. I do think he's in love with her.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think he'll leave. Maybe, who knows though? Maybe he would turn on Fisk for her. I just can't see that happening. And I also think that wouldn't be the smartest thing to do either.
Right.
All right. So here is in the hospital. I guess that's Vanessa's arm. I was trying to figure out.
Oh no, that's Fisk getting ready for them to box. We're
on another episode. Yeah, my brain's thinking of the fifth episode. I was going to say that didn't look like her hand. I was confused. Yes, he's getting ready for the fight because the fight hasn't happened yet. Which is why we're mixed up in something, because that either the pictures aren't in order, because we're saying that that's after the hospital. This is
then that's not the hospital, because that's episode 5. This is them
at the getting mixed up.
This is him inviting her to dinner or something. He invites her to somewhere.
This is inviting her to the fight, I think.
That's what it is. Yeah.
We're talking about pieces of the next episode. That's why we're getting all mixed up.
Sorry, guys.
She grounds him. She's the thing keeping him from going fully corrupt. She makes him want to be better. I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's enough. But yeah, sorry. No, that's where we got mixed up. That was a completely different scene. And that's what happens when we talk too much about the future episode before we get there. All right. So he's getting ready for the fight. This is when he tells Buck to go take care of that first mate guy that I never remember his name. You remembered it earlier.
Christoph.
Okay. Christoph, who was on the Northern Star. He's like, go kill him. And Buck is like, but I should be here to protect you. And Fisk is like, no, I don't need you. And, this was a very bad move. Clearly, it ended up being a bad move. He should have let him stay there. Maybe he would have saved Vanessa and been able to change things. I don't know that he would have, but he agrees to go. And then there is all the merchandise, including the paperweights that that Daniel buys. Those look like snow globes. I don't know.
There's
some bobbleheads.
Yep. Yeah. And there's like Jordan sneakers on there that look like Jordans. I'm like, okay.
Dude, that's crazy merch to have for a fight, right?
A fight, yeah. They're really trying to rack in the donations with all that merch, that's for sure.
They are. I never really thought about it, but since when does a mayor have merchandise? Like, I guess for a fight, I kind of get it, but that's a little over the top.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I was going to say it's supposed to be over the top. It's Fisk. There is the paperweight.
Oh, there's that piece. That's it.
Yeah, which I still, as I said in the watch party, would assume those would be made out of plastic. But I guess he does probably spend more money on stuff and trying to, but I don't know. It looks plastic to me. But that's supposed to be his face. It's really, yeah.
It reminds me of how like Trump wants to put his name on everything. Like you see Mayor Fisk's name on all this merch and like, his head coming out in the middle of the city. It just kind of reminded me of that. Like, he just wants to be everywhere and like kind of own the city.
Yeah. Well, it says New York born again. He thinks he is out of the city. Yeah. But it is that paperweight that at least I think it's a paperweight. I've been calling it a paperweight. That'll come back around later. Maybe not that specific one, but that thing. All right, so they're going to have the fight, and this idiot here agreed to fight, and we don't know why. Karen said her city mayor had merchandise, and she got indicted for shady sales. Well, maybe there you go. We're not supposed to have merchandise right now. I don't know. I just never really, I never really thought about it. Usually you don't see stuff like that, political merchandise like that. All right, so he has the fight with him. The guy should never have agreed to it. It wasn't just for show. Fisk really goes to town on him. Not that anybody's surprised. And Vanessa shows up. And she comes up and she's like, kiss me. I think she clearly seemed to be turned on by the violence that just occurred, which is disturbing in its own way. I know they kind of juxtaposed that a little bit with BB at one point was like horrified by all this. But yeah, the people, because they follow him, they end up cheering him, even though he just like killed this guy.
Right.
Like, so crazy. It seemed like at first some people were shocked and then they were just, yeah. Like, I feel like there needed to be some people that were like, what the hell just happened besides BB, but either way, Vanessa's into it. And then Bullseye shows up and he's got the paperweight. And that's a good picture of him there. He's like, oh,
yeah, that is a good picture of him.
Yeah. So Vanessa pulls out a gun and somehow is a really good shot. I don't know that I buy with the amount of, at least not with the amount of training we saw, that she was actually able to shoot Bullseye. But look, he was distracted. So there's that. But he goes to throw it and she shoots him. And as I said Tuesday, I do think that it was supposed to have, his aim was supposed to have been affected when she hit him. Like, it looked to me like he kind of jerked and it went a little bit different way. I don't know that it matters. I just, when I saw it, that was the first thing that went into my mind. Like, he clearly was aiming for Fisk, and it really didn't matter because it came at Fisk. But I just kind of wondered when she did it, like, did that change the trajectory? And maybe if she hadn't tried to shoot him, it would have only hit Fisk. I don't know. Probably just thinking about it too much. But he whacks it with the belt. And that's a good picture. And then when he does it, she is hit. Now, even though it's focused on Matt and what's his name? Ben? Is it Ben? I know it's Poindexter, but I don't know what his first name is. I can't remember what his first name is. I feel like it's
just
Ben.
called Poindexter, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, while they're focused on them, I did notice when I was going through it that I just didn't get a picture of it, but you can actually see right after the shards went everywhere that she was hurt. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is a lot of times when they film something, you don't notice, like they just don't do it. Mm-hmm. But she was standing there like in shock, like she had been hurt, and she was in the background. It's just you didn't notice it because of all the other shit going on. Didn't actually see it. And then they come out fighting. Oh, Matt grabs the gun. Tony. She says it's Tony. Tony, that's not wrong. Is that right? Tony Poindexter. Oh. But anyway, he grabs the gun out of Fisk's hand with his nunchuck thingies. And they fell out of the building fighting. Now, I don't know if you guys care or if you had heard about it, but it was going around the internet that a lot of people were saying, which I still don't quite see it, but that the way the lights were, and maybe I didn't get the right framing, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say.
And it looked like the Watcher.
Yeah.
And then there were all these articles that I saw saying that the producers confirmed it was supposed to be the Watcher. That's not entirely accurate. The producer or the showrunner or whatever, whoever it was interviewed, said something like, he's always watching. That is not an answer. That is a non-answer. That is like not telling you one way or
watches, man.
I know, but that's the way of saying it, so he's not saying you're wrong. Yeah, so I don't know.
They're saying that it could have been accidental and they'll take it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, Karen, when he said Tony, I think that was because you saying that woman called him Tony. It did say Tony in the captions, but I remember saying when that happened, I think that was a fake name. I think that was just the name he gave his neighbors. I don't think it was actually it says it here. I don't know what Benjamin Poindexter. I was right. It's Ben. So yeah, Tony was a fake name, Karen. Anyway, whether or not it was meant as an Easter egg, it doesn't really look like it to me. Sorry, were you going to say something about it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So there is Vanessa, who has been impaled in the head with a little piece of glass that does a lot of damage.
Apparently.
Yeah, that was when it was just one of those moments in TV when you see it and you're like really? You didn't see it coming. I don't know. I felt like I guess you saw it coming, that it could have happened, but like it still was like a big moment.
The way the glass shards are going when he hit it with the belt made me think it wouldn't have really gone into her head that way. But it's fantasy TV.
Right.
It is. But I think I think this episode was definitely one of the best, if not the best, though. But or at least most memorable. Yeah, it just was really sad, but it is what it is. Karen says his real name is apparently Lester, but his alias is Ben. Since I don't read the comics, I don't know. All I can tell you is the Internet Movie Database says Ben. Hey B, welcome. All right, let me get out. That is the end of this episode. I'm going to go into the other episode. You guys have anything else to add before I switch?
The way the blood is on her dress really mirrors the rabbit in the snow painting.
Yeah.
It's like on the same side and everything. And I just thought when I saw her down there, I was like, oh, she's definitely dying. She looks just like the rabbit.
Yeah.
She's definitely dying. This confirmed it for me right here.
Yeah. I do like that the show, at least I think it's unexpectedly, because I had never paid attention before. But why do I have a black frame? The first frame, for some reason, is completely black. That it does have some symbolism in this show that I didn't wrong thing. I didn't really expect, I guess, of a Marvel show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of throwing that in. I think they know the audiences are so much into the murder mystery box shows that we're diving into all this detail and symbolism. So I do kind of really love that they put that attention and detail into the show because they know we'll pick up on it. So I kind of like that a lot.
Yeah, it's surprising. Marvel usually isn't deep. So yeah, but I guess so. Look, like I said, as much as I really, really liked the first episode, this second episode was a little boring to me. Did you guys feel like that? I know it was important and I liked seeing all the flashbacks, but with only having 8 episodes, I feel like it was a lot of filler, I think is what we had said in the watch party. It's yeah, I don't know. How did you guys feel about it? Now that you've seen the thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of filler, but I liked it just because we got Foggy and I like Foggy and I like that they brought it back to kind of explain stuff. So I didn't mind it, but it definitely was a filler episode. And like you said in the beginning, this really felt like a continuation, almost like a movie in the middle of the season because they went together so well. So it kind of just shows the aftermath really of episode 4.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe they should have released them together like they did.
Yeah.
The week before.
Was it 2 and 3?
Or just a longer episode? Cut a little bit of the fat off of it, made it a longer episode.
They could have done that. They definitely could have done that.
I kind of like her wandering around like the in between the bridge, as I was calling it, walking on the bridge.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. I just don't know. Like I said, to me, it's not that I didn't like it. I did like it. I just feel like we don't have very many episodes to begin with. Did I need a whole episode of that? I feel like they could have had 5 minutes of that, added it on to the other episode, and then done
make a longer episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And done. Yes, I agree with you, Scarlet, and done something else. Yeah. But then we wouldn't have I agree with you. I did like the Foggy flashbacks, but did we need the Foggy flashbacks?
Right.
Not.
And did we need to see Daredevil dragging Bullseye through all the different places to get him finally to where he was, to finally to Karen? They could have just showed him showing up there like they've done in other episodes. He just randomly is there. They don't always show the process of him getting there. And in episode 5, they really took the time to show all of his stops and him getting there. They could have cut that out.
They could have. And I said too, I know that they wanted to parallel the story of Foggy and that bully or whatever, and the idea of showing him mercy with what Matt's doing. But I don't, again, I like the way they did it, but I don't think we needed it. I think that if they had 10 episodes, I wouldn't be saying this, but it's just, we don't got very much of it as it is.
I like what you just said.
Yeah, wait, I'm looking to see. I was mixed with episode 5. I think the first watched, I liked it more. That's true. I did like it more the first time I watched it. It felt like it moved a lot faster. I don't know. Today in the watch party, I felt like it was really slow. Kimberly said, I thought it was interesting how she usually wears red, but in this sense, she was wearing white, which contrasted with the blood. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, I never really put too much thought into, like, I don't know. I guess because I haven't really dived into stuff like with this show, like we do on other shows, because usually they have more symbolism and stuff. But she had been talking about, like, I guess that a lot of that's like once she murdered somebody, they changed it to red. I hadn't really thought about it. I'm like, okay, that makes total sense that I hadn't paid attention to, but now I'm gonna go pay attention to that. But yeah, going back to the white at the end was interesting. And I do think that it worked really well to like mirror him, number one, but also to show the blood. But I don't know. I just always love her dressed in red because it's such like a power color. I mean, whether she would be wearing red or purple or whatever, I think that it worked for that reason. Karen says it was really boring filler for someone like me who didn't watch the first series and doesn't have any attachment to Foggy. He died in episode 101. Who cares? All right. I get that. I don't know, Scarlet. What did you think of Foggy? Because you didn't see any of the. Well, you didn't even see season 1, so I don't know.
I did see parts of season 1, and I was just like, "Wow, this is really giving me somebody to not care about who just died."
Yeah.
Because I didn't know who he was. I had to go back and figure out who he was. Why is that important?
Yeah, it annoys me they killed him. I don't care what it did to the story.
It seems kind of not great.
Yeah, like I understand, you know, what it did for Matt and how it affected him and how it's changed him. But I feel like when I started the show, and it's weird since I seen this first, so I already knew he was going to die. But it's like you watch the other show and that's what it's about, is like the three of them, and it's like a main character. It's like, why? It's irritating.
I think the main reason for him in this episode and why we need the flashbacks was to kind of understand and how they tied it into the theme at the end. And like you were mentioning before, like with Grace and Mercy, and the fact that he was able to give Bullseye the mercy at the end and help him and kind of convince him that he wasn't meant to die and he can still do something. And maybe that's where the premise of the spinoff is going to be, because he is going to try to like become an anti-hero and be redeemed. But I do think that showing what they did of Foggy, even though it was kind of filler and it kind of over-explained it to the audience, but it kind of really just like really pushed in the theme of why Matt is doing what he's doing now. It's because of all the flashbacks and what he remembers of Foggy and that lasting impression, because really his whole identity and everything changing and him going through this transformation is all because of Foggy's death.
Yeah. It's interesting though to me that Bullseye survived and Vanessa died. Like they chose to have it happen at the same time. Because it's like,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, and I know exactly what you're going to say. I'm sorry. And I think I had this, not argument, but I had this conversation with somebody in a different Discord. And I was saying how Vanessa, like we were saying before, we wanted to see her go back into that strong dynamic where she was going to start taking over things and kind of really ruling with Fisk by his side. Like she saw nothing wrong with what she did in murdering Foggy at all. There was no redemption for her. But Bullseye is questioning what he's done. And he actually is looking for kind of a reason of why he's doing what he's doing, where Vanessa's not. She's just like blindly, let's go forward. We can do bad stuff together. The violence, like you said, the boxing match, like kind of like totally turned her on. So there was no really coming back for Vanessa. But Bullseye, he's showing compassion. He's showing thought. He wants to change things. He's trying to help Matt. He's definitely trying to do things different. So there's definitely a difference that they're trying to show between the two of the characters, where one is redeemable and one is not.
That's true. I just like Vanessa more. She's like one of those characters you like because she's bad, right? I mean, you know she's bad. It's not like you think she's a good person. Let's see. Kelly also said, I liked it, all the Foggy and seeing Wesley again. Also loved the whole Sopranos scenes with Buck and Dan. This would have been, you told me this would have been a good episode for the night nurse. Yes. For Rosario Dawson. You know what I'm trying to say. I hate when I get tongue-tied and nothing comes out right. That was from in Daredevil before, or she was in Daredevil once, right? She was from Jessica Jones. I don't remember which one she was in more. She was in Daredevil more. She was once in Jessica Jones. Anyway, the character, yes, of the nurse. I think that would have been a good reason to bring her in to, we were talking about to help with Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yeah, as opposed to probably using Soledad, although I don't think they actually showed what they did. Just Karen was there when they came in. Karen also adds the wigs were distracting from the dialogue. I see the guys' wigs. You know, I got to be honest. I never really paid attention to the wigs until she started complaining. But now I'm like, yeah, they're really bad. So I don't know.
It's like the wigs and the eyeball, and
yeah,
and I concentrate on anything.
Yeah, it was kind of bad, but I don't know. I mean, Karen's wig was awful. I thought that from the beginning, but the boys' wigs, I never really paid much attention to until people started complaining, and then I'm like, yeah, that is really bad. Why did I not notice that? So I don't know. Yeah, she was in Luke Cage, I guess, too. I didn't finish it yet, so I don't know. I'm like halfway through season 1 now. I've just been watching a bunch of stuff. That other show too. What's that other show? I think we might want to, though there's so much going on, I don't know if we'll have time to cover it, but that one I was mentioning about before in Discord, that's a kind of like a horror.
The Widows something?
Yeah,
Widow.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is pretty good. It looks pretty good. And yeah, but there's like so much now with From and everything else going on. We still have Daredevil to get through, but it looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah, it's kind of like full Corey, or at least it looks like it will be.
Oh yeah, that's my thing.
Well, some people were saying, I guess, that it was sort of like Twin Peaks, but I don't have.
Yeah, that's my thing.
So I know it is, but I haven't seen Twin Peaks, so I can't really comment.
Oh my God, Jamie, no, you have to go back and watch Twin Peaks.
I know that.
Oh my gosh,
I know that I would like it. I just have not had time with. I like everything else. There's too many things. But I really think it would be something I would like. And yes, Widow's Bay. That's what I was talking about, Karen. It's Widow's Bay. Why is this? I'm like, I know I'm doing what I always do. Like, I'm getting like picky. I get so OCD about these graphics. I don't know why. I look at it and I'm like, that's not centered. And it drives me crazy knowing it's not centered. And like, nobody cares, Jamie, but it bugs me. All right. So anyway, this is where I think he's talking on the phone to the person that asks about if she's dead, and he gets pissed off. And then we have Powell here. I was going to call him Cole. I don't know why. Powell, who is telling Fisk, I think he's just telling Fisk he'll do anything for him. I think something like that. Then we have Bullseye running away, and he's still running away from Matt at this point. But Matt keeps trying to help him and trying to save him. And he's like, I'm going to save you whether you like it or not. And yeah, he says something through some of this, and because they keep going back and forth. I don't know exactly when he says it. But he says something like, you know, why are you saving me? I killed your friend. I killed Foggy. And of course, there's the expected, don't say his name, which you knew was coming. But, you know, at some point, Matt says something about when Matt threw him off the roof. And that's when he does say, you know, I'm trying to save you because I tried to kill you. And that this isn't just about you redeeming yourself. It's about me doing it too. And I feel like, I don't know if you guys felt like that, but like he was struggling through a lot of it. Like, don't save me, don't save me. And I feel like after Matt said that, like he wasn't struggling. Like maybe he kind of got it once he said that, but I don't know if that was just in my head, but that's my head canon anyway. It seemed like it to me. So yeah, I don't know.
No, I actually agree with you. I think he finally accepted that because he didn't want it to be just about him for some weird reason. Like the fact that he was doing it for himself, like Bullseye was like, okay, well, as long as it's not all about me, kind of a thing. Like he didn't say that, but I got that impression too. Like he kind of started to finally accept that he was there because he's helping him too. Like if I let him save me, then he's helping himself too. And ultimately that's what Bullseye wants to do, is kind of help out and kind of just get some type of, I want to at least do something good before I go, because I should have died, and I would have died having done all these bad things and not even realizing it. So I think for the first time, he's like, all right, I can kind of give back a little bit, kind of a thing. I mean, like you said, it's not said there, but I definitely got that same impression.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder at the beginning, like he says about doing this good deed and everything and wiping out his bad deeds. I feel that like at the beginning of the episode to me, or the beginning of the other episode, when he said that, I didn't really believe he meant it. Like I still saw it more of he's doing this one last ditch effort of revenge against Fisk and his wife. Like I didn't feel like he really believed it because it's not a good deed. And I think he knows that. But maybe that's kind of the point because throughout the episode we talk about, you know, the mercy and the revenge and everything. I mean, maybe by the end of the episode he does kind of see that that isn't right, because I agree with what you're saying. Like he does now seem to be wanting to be more a little bit about helping him as opposed to just about killing Fisk. So yeah, I think it's kind of changed as throughout the episode. Yeah, I don't know. At least I feel like it changed. All right. So here's Daniel when he gets the text from BB. And we talked about this earlier and we had the wrong scene.
Right.
That she gets him to tell her that that she's still alive. I don't know. I would have just been like like I said, wanting to know because you were standing there when she got, you know, impaled. I don't know if impaled's the right word because it's a little impaling, but nothing that killed her. But
what she got sharded.
She got sharded.
Yeah, that's a better description. She got sharded. She got started on. But I don't know because BB was in such shock. Like I feel like it would have been more realistic if she had said that. Karen says, in the flashback, Matt advises Foggy to let his bully go to jail and probably be murdered, basically as revenge. That's a good point. I hadn't even thought about it that way. Matt did say to him, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Matt was the one, just like how now Karen's the one that's like, you know, going after doing the wrong thing. So yeah, I guess a lot of it is about not just Foggy being killed, but also just Foggy in general, how he changed Matt. And
like these moral dilemmas that he was actually like the blind balance of justice that kind of weighed in on Matt and Karen, right? That was kind of what Foggy's mission was.
You know, I think a lot of times that's why this show is good, because as much as like I don't always love the lawyer stuff and the political stuff, I never like the political stuff. I've always been like that. It's not like a normal just all action Marvel thing, but I think a lot of times what makes this show good is it is a lot about the morally gray characters, which look, morally gray people are more interesting than black and white, right? That's what makes good characters a lot of times. And there's a lot of that in the show. Matt's more pushing to the other side, but I mean, it's still kind of about that balance and what they choose. Going back to that scene, I think a key thing that was said by the kitchen staff when they told Daredevil they're with him, they didn't view him as a vigilante. That is a good yes. Good point. They're seeing it shows that not everybody's on Fisk's side. I forgot they did say that to him. We're with you. So they're seeing both of them as not bad though too, because Matt's trying to save him. It's not just like they see Daredevil as not being, you know, bad. They're trying to save him. So that was very interesting that they did kind of help. And I can't really say the same thing about the priest because he helped because he was a priest. I think he would have helped no matter what. But yeah, they were helpful. All right. So she gets the surgery. There's the doctor, guy from Bones. That's all I think about is him being from Bones.
Yes.
I liked him in Bones a lot.
I did too. I loved that show. I loved Bones.
Bones was one of my favorite shows back then. It makes me sad though thinking about it because I'll make myself cry because I used to watch it with my grandmother, and I'm sorry, I don't know why it's bugging me out. It's been like a few years now, so I shouldn't be crying. But I remember it was her birthday the one time. Or no, maybe it wasn't her birthday, but either way, I remember saying to them, I was on a conference call and I said to them how much she liked it. And she was, I think, like 92 or something at the time. Like she loved this show. And yeah, we used to always watch it together. I'm sorry. You know how sometimes like it just hits you when they're gone, you know, it's like it's been years, but
I get it.
Makes it a little sad. Yeah, I'm just making myself sad. That's okay. Where's my thing? I'm gonna put my thing on this. I don't gotta.
Time to feel sad, Jamie.
I don't gotta stare at people while I'm crying. But yes, I miss my grandmother. But yeah, it was fun that we watched shows like that a lot. But then again, my mom watches Walking Dead with me, so
Nice.
they like crazy things like I do, right?
Yes.
So it's all good. But yeah, I remember him from Bones. But he tells Fisk that he's optimistic. I think is kind of what he says, is that he's optimistic she'll be okay. I don't know. When he said that, did that make you feel like she maybe would get better, or did that kind of make you feel like if he said that she was doomed? Because I wasn't sure what to think when he said that.
I wasn't sure he was saying that under duress, because he knew, like, if he told Fisk anything else that he would be in danger. The way he said it, I wasn't sure if I should believe him or not. And so I'm kind of with you on that. I'm like, I'm not sure if he's really, really optimistic. He might just be saying that so he can survive the day with Fisk.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of was thinking with this guy, like, I felt bad for him, because I'm thinking, like, you don't want to be the one that's trying to save his wife, because if it goes bad, it goes bad. You know what I mean? Like, he might kill you. I would worry about that. Karen said, I think he said he's not even a priest yet. Did I hear that correctly? That part I don't know. I honestly don't know. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
I don't know, but either way, I feel like even if he wasn't quite a priest, he still was trying to do the right thing, helping them, right?
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of worried for the doctor's safety after this.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode, right? See if he survives.
Yeah, I know. We'll see if he survives. Look, the guy was trying to do his best. And yeah, I think she would have. We thought, I don't know. I didn't know at that point. I didn't know what it meant. I honestly wasn't sure if I should think she was going to be okay or not. But then she starts dreaming about the rabbit. What is it? A rabbit in a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Now
what a great piece of artwork.
Let me ask you, and I don't know.
Fantastic.
I don't know whether you remember or not, but was the scenes about the painting, was it in this series or was it in the original? Do you remember? Because I can't sometimes keep them separate.
That was in the first season. Really depicted the first season of Reborn depicted more of the painting.
Okay, that's what I was just trying to remember.
It looks like frosting.
It does.
Like frosting, like a cake, like the side of a cake, almost.
Delicious.
I just had birthday cake.
Buttercream. So yeah, I was just wondering, because I was wondering, did people get that flashback? But before, but I guess it was in the first season, so yeah, they did. But yeah, I mean, that's how they met. I did enjoy this flashback, but I think I more enjoyed it because she's like just this person who works at the gallery, and the one who runs it is like, this painting's horrible. No, it's not going in. And she's like, are you sure we can make money on this? And she's not listening. And then like she totally does it anyway. Like that's completely Vanessa, right?
Right.
And I like that. I enjoyed that. That she took initiative and did it herself, just because I don't know, it seemed like her. But so yeah, she puts it in the gallery, and that's how she meets her future husband. And
I should have realized the outfit that she's wearing right now almost mirrors the outfit that she's, that she shows up to the boxing match in, almost like full circle.
Yeah, it does. That's true. There's an episode in Daredevil, I believe, season 3, that goes into more details about why Fisk likes the painting. Maybe that's why I'm mixed up then. Maybe it's in both series.
It's in both series, but they explain it really well in like season 1 of Reborn here, so that way if you're watching season 2 you'll understand it. But yeah, good point, Kimberly. They do mention it in the Netflix original series. They do. Not till the end though. Yeah.
Or way it tells that it actually makes sense. All right, so here is more of Matt. Like we said, there are a lot of scenes of Matt trying to drag Bullseye and save him, even though he doesn't want to be saved. Love this though, just the way this is shot. He's got like this halo kind of around him, and he's Daredevil, so it's just kind of ironic. But I don't know, it looks cool at any rate, the way that is. And I took way too many pictures of the stuff, but they're there in the hallway. All right, here is the flashback with Foggy, and obviously this was, newly filmed, so it was nice that we got to get Foggy back for an episode. I wouldn't mind seeing more flashbacks. It'd be nice if they were maybe more integral to the story, but yeah. And yes, their wigs are very bad, which I had not noticed, and now I can't stop looking at. So there you go. Oh. I love though when they're talking to that guy and he's like, "What are you, blind?" It's like, did you pay any attention to this? That he didn't notice that? That was funny. So yeah, this guy was the brother of Foggy's best friend in high school. He bullied him somewhat. It seems like he calls him what is it, Foggy the Fembot or something like that.
Yeah, the Fembot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Foggy still wants to help him with the case, even though the guy continues to be a jackass through their discussion. They're telling him to take a plea deal because he'll serve a few years or whatever, but that it's the best, case is taking the plea deal. But he knows that somebody is going to kill him in prison if he goes to prison, even if he's only there for a day. So he won't take the deal. And I think we said this in the chat, I was also confused how this was connected to Fisk. I don't know that it mattered, but I didn't understand who he was in that sense.
Oh, like who the father was that they were defending, and why he was in the in this scene. Is that what you mean?
Oh wait, what? Sorry, I read the private chat. What you wrote, I forgot what I was saying.
My cat just woke up and looked at the TV, and I was like, birds. So now the cat's up on the TV, but I think now my cat's hunting Daredevil instead.
Hey, whatever works. But sorry, Jen, what did you ask me though? Because it was gone. It was gone. What did you ask me?
It's just one of those shows, man.
You said you didn't know the connection for this guy, right?
Yeah, between this guy and Fisk. I know that obviously Fisk was trying to have him killed, but I missed why. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter, but
I missed it too. I did know that there was a connection to Fisk, but I kind of missed it too. I don't know why I did, but I can't remember it at this point.
maybe they didn't do a lot of explaining. I mean, it's not really important to the story. The point of this thing is that they're going to kill him in prison and that Buck kills him instead, which is the whole point. So it doesn't really matter. But Foggy does want to help him, even though he's a dick. And then we have Wesley here, who I do remember from the original vaguely. Taking Fisk to the art gallery, which I guess they were going to use the art gallery to launder money. I guess I also didn't pay enough attention to this scene either, because they were saying something about the Bitcoin and everything, and I don't know. I must have tuned part of it out. I got the opinion they were talking about laundering money, but I don't know for sure. But either way, he goes and he buys the painting for way more money than it's worth to impress a woman. So who knows?
Right.
It's kind of a moot point.
Fine piece.
Yeah. I think it was just someone that Fisk wanted eliminated. Okay. Well, maybe it didn't say. I just kind of didn't see the connection, but it maybe doesn't matter either way. There's more of Matt saving Bullseye. A lot of this we've talked about kind of out of order, so there's no sense belaboring it too much. Okay, so back at the office, there's this guy. There's some jokes about they think he likes feet. Not really important to the story, but funny.
Totally important to the story.
Yeah, he is pissed at them because they were supposed to get him to take a plea deal, and instead they let him make his own choice instead of talking him into it. But look, the guy didn't want to die. They weren't about to push him, but so he's kind of being a dick. And then they have a conversation later where Matt says something about the guy's address, and Foggy realizes the address is incorrect on the
warrant.
I don't know, search warrant, warrant, whatever. I guess the address was a half or something. It was either way. The address was wrong. Therefore, the warrant wouldn't hold up in court, so they can get him released because they used the I can't think of the right word, used the warrant wrong. They went after him when they weren't allowed to, but you know what I mean. My brain, as usual, does not connect the dots correctly to talk right, but you understand my point. So he's like, we can get him out on it. This is a technicality. Foggy saying it's our duty to do this. And yes, you're right with what you said before. Matt's like, well, why would you do that? This guy doesn't deserve it. I forgot that they did have I didn't listen as much at the watch party. I could not concentrate at all, but I remember vaguely that they did have a conversation about whether this guy deserved it or not. That's why so much of this episode really is about revenge and mercy. And at this point, Matt is like on the opposite side a little bit. I mean, I don't think Matt wants him to die, but he's kind of like, it's not our responsibility to stop it. And like, that's not Matt. But then again, is Matt Daredevil at this point yet? I guess he's Daredevil because he was Daredevil since he was pretty young. So that's interesting. But I guess he isn't the Daredevil we know at any rate.
I like the contrast between them. It kind of shows that it's Foggy's the one that really looks at justice as blind. Like, it didn't matter that this guy bullied him. It didn't matter like any of that stuff. The fact is, like, it's their job. They found that there's a discrepancy in the technicality they can get him off on, and that's their job to do that. And what really like got me in this episode was when Matt even threw that back at Foggy. He's like, you really want to save this guy, the guy that called you a fembat and bullied you as a kid? Like, that really has no relevance and bearing on the argument whatsoever. It is their job. But the fact that Matt even said it, he almost sounded more like Punisher. He sounded a lot like Frank, and Foggy sounded like the Daredevil that we know. So you kind of really see why Matt's remembering Foggy so much, because if he's going to be the true Daredevil that he's supposed to be and justice is blind, then he really got all of that morality and kind of got checked by Foggy, because it's really Foggy that really like hones him back into that morality, because it was Foggy's death that broke him out of it, right? So it's Foggy now that's bringing him back to it.
It's interesting though, because it's also, I mean, as much as they were supposed to get him, whatever, and get him to plea bargain, I mean, it is their job. Like, even if you don't look at it from a moral standpoint, he was right with what he said too. Like, this guy should not have been arrested, or not been arrested, but not been in jail. I mean, legally, they have a reason to defend him, whether you look at it from a moral point of view or not. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, it does have to do with that, but I'm just saying, like, you can look at it from either point of view that it is the right thing to do. So they just, maybe Matt needs reminded a little bit of that. Let's see. Wesley tells Fisk we have a problem with the lion, and Ray's real name was Lionel, but they never said what the problem was. Yeah, they did say that. I remember that. And the connection was how Fisk was introduced to the young buck. Yes. But I guess we don't know what this guy did, and I don't know that it really matters either. I took that screen capture, and I wasn't sure what it came from or what the bobblehead was, but I was going to ask you. I was like, well, who was the bobblehead? Is it that other guy that has the desk? I missed something of why there's a bobblehead on the desk, but it's
I'm not even sure who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody from the prop department just stuck it there that it was somebody that works there, and who knows?
Wig.
I don't know, but yeah, it is a bad wig. But okay, so they're on the way to the gallery, and here is Daniel when he's finding out that the news says that she was in a legal search. Yes, it was an illegal search, right, Karen? This is, like I said, the part I don't see how BB would have leaked it to another news outlet. I just don't, like, what would be the point to that? And I don't know if it's just I'm thinking too much about it and you're just supposed to assume she did it. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it's just because I'm a journalist and I'm just thinking, like, it just doesn't make sense that she would have given some outlet that has nothing to do with her the information that she got.
It doesn't make sense her doing it, like, unless she thinks that Daniel's already suspecting that it's her that's doing the videos, and she wants them to think like there's a leak somewhere else and it's not her. Because you're right, it's leaked to a whole nother news channel that she doesn't work for. So it wouldn't like really connect to her for it being her. But Daniel's just so guilty and already so suspicious. All he thinks about is her. He doesn't even make those connections. And if she did do it, it would just be, like I said, to throw him off so he wouldn't think it was her that was leaking any information. Because like you said, how would she have been able to do that without like literally in the elevator making a phone call to like a friend that she has that works in another network and being like, listen, here's some details. I can't release it, but go ahead and run the story, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it for that reason. That does make sense. But yeah, he automatically is just, assuming because he told her. But either way, I don't know. Like I said, I would think that you would automatically assume that until you heard differently. I don't even know that to me isn't, I don't know, super news. This journalist comes in, wants a story, and Buck scares him and sends him away. And he's blaming Daniel for the leak. We know that there's more of the doctor and more of Vanessa. And she, I don't think at this point is awake yet. She's still, no, she's still having her flashbacks of the gallery. Is that a goat? What was that?
No, that's my cat.
It sounded like your goat noise. I can't tell the difference.
It's my cat noise.
Sorry, it sounded like a goat noise. Cat noise. So Vanessa has woken up at that point, I think. She's holding her hand. She must have woken up. And then, okay, so here's the car ride with Daniel and Buck. So what did you guys think about this? They're going there, and he, suddenly springs on Daniel that they're going on a long trip and makes Daniel think that he is going to kill him because he thinks he leaked the information. I feel like this scene to me felt very set up-y from the beginning. Like I felt like there's no way he's killing him. This is all some kind of setup. I don't know. What did you guys think?
I agreed. I didn't think that he was going to kill him now, but they did a really good job of making the audience think that Daniel thought he was definitely going to get killed.
When people get in cars and they don't know they're going to be able to go back to where they were going.
Very mobsterish.
Yeah, to be fair, if I was Daniel, I think I would have been scared too. Right. But he definitely, I mean, look, I think Buck purposely wanted him to think, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he purposely wanted him to think that, but I did notice at one point he gives him this really weird look like, what are you talking about? But I don't know. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he had to know what he was doing. And just let him keep digging a hole, Right. But it was funny. I agree. It was Soprano, although I've never seen The Sopranos, but it does seem like it's mob-ish, I guess I should say, instead of Soprano-ish, since I haven't seen it.
Might be your last ride.
Yes, it could be his last ride. He looks so much like his father, though. Like you can't not see, his father in him. All right, so he takes him to the store and he purchases a saw and a shovel and I think rope, and they had rope there too in his trunk. And you're like, uh-oh. Daniel's definitely like, uh-oh.
They're gonna make him bury himself.
Yeah.
Dig his own grave.
I don't think Buck thinks Daniel leaked the info. I think he suspects Phoebe and he knows Daniel is her source and Daniel won't shut her down. Interesting. That's a possibility. I don't think he thinks he's doing it either, but I do think he's trying to suss out what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, he might suspect her, but he's got to prove it or got to scare her, or he's got to scare Daniel into scaring her, one or the other. So we see this flashback of how Buck was hired to kill that guy. I mean, other than him having a different accent, so I guess he's putting on his posh accent was the point of it. I don't know. That's the only thing I can figure. Because Fisk is like that, so it makes him mad. Fisk doesn't have a posh accent, but you know what I mean. Like Fisk is like, and I don't know. That's my only thought. But either way, he hires him to kill that guy. And Foggy, I don't know if this is that point yet. No, I guess that's still a bullseye. There it is. Foggy has stolen the money that was in their box or whatever that was to go towards their firm. And he's given it to this guy because he has chosen mercy. And that guy's even like, why are you giving this to me? And he's like, it's not about the money. I'm giving you a chance to get away, to start over. Because it's who he is, and he's a good guy and he wants to help him. And He does apologize to Matt, but Matt didn't care. I mean, Matt knew, and I think Matt was like fine with it. But of course, the guy ends up dead anyway because of Buck, young Buck. I don't know. I don't know. It just sounded funny.
Baby Buck.
Yeah, baby Buck. Fisk likes to seem more important than he is, so he wants those around him to be of a certain class. As could be. Mm-hmm. Not that having a British accent makes you more posh, but I don't know. He definitely sounded. Yeah, he sounded more classy. So the task force comes in trying to find them, and the priest is like, they're not here, and he's doing a very bad job of lying, but he doesn't exactly lie. He says it in a way that he's not really lying. But they come in, Daredevil goes off with them. He's still, moving them through the hallways and stuff. There's the flashback where Matt's like, I know you stole the money, I don't care. And this is where I think this is where he asks him why he gave it to him or something, and where Foggy says mercy, and then they immediately show Daredevil, because he had said to Bullseye at one point, I can't save us both, because he kept saying go, 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 and he's like, no, I'm going to save you. And then it got to the point where he couldn't get them both out of there, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't save both of us. And then you see the thing with Foggy, and then he comes back for him anyway. And yeah, that's why I said that's kind of the whole point of this episode, that Matt is not willing to let him die, even if he's risking himself. He is going to save him no matter who he is. If it was Fisk, he probably would have done the same thing. Well, we know he has done the same thing.
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, so he's going to try to save him, and then we split back to Daniel and Buck here, and him telling him how he killed that guy. I did like this part where he says you got to make a choice, and he like acts like he's going to take him out to kill him, and then he's like, shovel or saw. So I guess part of it, like the point of this, is that he's making Daniel complicit now. So he can't walk away as easy now, which he could have before, and that is the first mate of the ship. Which unfortunately his protective custody detail did not work.
Just not.
Did not work. They need better agents there. All right. This is where he says maybe we should call it Nelson and Murdoch instead of Murdoch and Nelson.
Right.
All right, so he brings Bullseye in, who's almost dead at this point. He brings him in. Karen's like, what the fuck are you doing? She's just got that one. She doesn't say that, but she's looking at him like, what is wrong with you, Matt? I assume that we're going to see probably Soledad rather than Rosario Dawson, which I'd prefer to see, but we're probably going to see, not that I don't like Soledad, but you know what I mean. I'd like to see the character, but we'll probably be there to save his life. I'm assuming they're going to save Bullseye. And then, of course, it is paralleled with their conversation where she wants him to tell her the story about how they met. But this is also where I think he's such an idiot, because he doesn't do the things he should do. Like when she first was acting strange and asking about the stuff that she shouldn't have, and that instead of being like, nurse, go get this, he should have let them check her, because she wanted to check her because she woke up. Maybe if she had checked her, she would have said, oh, something's wrong. And they could have fixed it. But no, Fisk knows everything, and he is in charge of everything, and he bosses people around because he's a dumbass. So, yeah, that's how that went.
Yeah, and the pineapple juice is clear.
Yeah, but I question too, like when he says you don't like pineapple juice because it makes your lips tingly, that sounds like that's saying an allergy. And I kind of question, like, wouldn't you say, no, you can't have that, you're allergic to it, rather than you don't like that? I thought that was very weird the way it was scripted. I don't think it was meant to be that she went into anaphylaxis or anything. I think it was just scripted bad, personally. Right. But it was weird.
I agree. I don't even know if you can have an allergy to pineapples. Well, I mean, I guess you can be allergic to anything, but I guess the tingly is really just from the acid, but it's written to make you think like it's something like an allergic reaction, which I thought was misleading.
Yeah, I don't know that you were even supposed to necessarily think that. I think it was just for the purpose of saying she doesn't remember, like that her memory isn't there because she doesn't know she doesn't like it. But yeah, it was just weird, and I think it was just not written well. But yeah, you can be allergic to any kind of fruit. I don't know if it actually gives you anaphylaxis, but you can be allergic to it. But either way, he bosses them around, and she asks to tell the story about how they met, and he starts telling her, and then she repeats it because her memory is not so great. But it's not just that. It's right when she starts to die. Wait, Karen says, I read a good explainer about the brain injury, and I agree with you guys. It was bad writing. So yeah,
it's supposed to be romantic.
No, but she repeats it, and it's clear that she's got an issue with her memory, but then she, I guess, has a stroke, a heart attack, something. She starts to go, and they're trying to, he's calling them, they're trying to fix her. But I think as soon as you see her in this flashback, like as much as this was a flashback the whole time, it wasn't the point that he was telling the story about the meeting. It was her remembering it. But I feel like when you knew that she was having issues, and then you see her all dressed in white, the way they did it, like it was very clear that this was showing that she was going to move on, and that was what that was at that point was representing.
You're going to heaven.
Yeah. Like
well, yeah, that I don't know about, but
question mark.
Right. They made her look so angelic, like she's going to heaven. I agree with you. And I'm like, she's not going to heaven. There's no angel.
Dying at any rate. I think she had brain trauma, and he would have allowed the staff to do necessary testing to rule out any medical concerns. I don't know. I mean, I think that she died before they could do it. I mean, it didn't really, yes, she was having memory problems, but she died before it got very far. Again, like Karen said earlier, no, they didn't actually say she died. And I kind of, when I watched it the first time, a little bit questioned it too. But in the captions, it says like about the EKG stops, and you see him scream. And I feel like that noise showing her heart stopped, to me, was indication she's gone, and that's why he's screaming. And then the fact that like they show him having the memory is also another indication. And then they had the whole thing, which I think this was from season 1, with the whole with the cufflinks and everything. To show, I mean, that was part of the flashback, but I think it was also to show that maybe he's going back to that side of him, or that he will be going back to that side of him now that she's gone.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Yeah, all bets are off. He's going to go crazy, and he's just going to go on a rampage. I kind of wonder if people are going to think he's good Mayor Fisk, though. After I can see him totally just not even caring what New York thinks at this point. I mean, I know he's bad, but I still kind of felt bad for him. Like, it's clear that they love each other, and
good acting.
Yeah, it's very good acting. Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah, they bonded over that really bad piece of artwork.
That
looks like a wall.
That looks like a wall, yes. That looks like icing. That looks like icing.
Right? I like art, but still. It
No,
doesn't seem like the artist tried very hard.
It doesn't. It was to evoke a feeling.
Yeah.
Of a wall.
Of a wall, yeah. It looks
like oh shit, I gotta come up with a name. Raven Snowstorm.
That's great. Yeah.
I have this other one over here called Crow at Midnight.
I was just thinking there's got to be one that's the opposite.
Dark coffee served at midnight.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Crow.
Yeah. No, but I agree. It was to be painted. But I mean, that was kind of the point. It wasn't supposed to be a good looking painting. I mean, it was supposed to be weird.
It's supposed to be that they saw something in that painting that nobody else saw, and they shared it with each other. I understand. I get it.
No, we get it, but we don't see it. All right. Well, that is the last. That is the last image. So what else, guys? You have anything else to add? Or I know we're kind of getting near the end, but do you have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Art is subjective. I like art. I'm just saying.
It's true. Art is subjective. You're not wrong. Let me see if while we're sitting here, I'm going to try one more time, seeing if that thing will send, and maybe I can be really lucky and it will work. Probably not, but we're going to try it and see. Spin, spin. It's doing the little spinny thing. I'm probably going to have to re-render it in DaVinci and make it like a certain size or something, because I have uploaded the video here before, but clearly, because I can see that video I put up there, Chloe is still up there from last time.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know, but it is, you know, it's StreamYard. It's it has issues. So yeah, I don't know.
Did Chloe do like a bumper thing for you?
What?
Like, did she do a promo for you?
That was the one with Chloe was a cameo. That
oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
this was just he had done. This wasn't a cameo.
Yeah, I mean, you should put that stuff together and then just show it before you start.
Yeah,
with the from lives at least.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to do it every time, but it might be.
Oh, you need to do it every time.
I figure people get sick of it after a while, but I don't know, maybe not.
You'd be surprised.
But I got to get the audio working. The thing is I don't know how you even get a bigger video clip to play in there. It's got to drop in there, or I got to figure out how to do the audio on OBS. I'll have to look into it. But at any rate, the interview will be up tomorrow anyway, so you'll get to see it tomorrow on our channel. But
yay.
At least I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure there's no spoilers, so it'll probably be tomorrow. But yeah, so that'll go up, and then I have I did Peter Capaldi today too, so that was cool. It's been a good week.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know anything else. Daredevil, or is that? Are we kind of?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right. It's all good.
Unless she comes back.
Hey, who knows? I guess we'll find out Tuesday, but I kind of doubt it.
Or she comes back wrong and she's in the basement somewhere zombified.
Maybe. There are, this was 5, so there's only 3 episodes left. So, and it's already been renewed. We know that.
Right.
So, probably still take a while, but yeah, it's getting near the end. So I could see it. I think she's probably gone. I would be surprised if she's not. I'd be happily surprised, but I'd be surprised.
I mean, I could see him trying to Frankenstein her and like keep her alive somewhere in the basement on like tubes and stuff if they can do that. But I don't think the show is going to go that way.
Yeah, I could see that, her just being in like a coma or something. But yeah,
right.
I agree. I don't know that this is that show. I think the point is to make him go crazy, and I think that's what's going to happen.
I agree.
Well, he'd be crazy if he had her in her basement and he talked to her.
Oh my God. Create an AI version of her so she can still be like on a screen next to him.
Yeah.
You never know.
Or over her face when she's in the bed with tubes in her.
Oh.
I mean, he's got the money, right?
Yep, he does. But...
Oh, Karen put up something interesting.
Okay, wait 1 second. I was.
Oh.
The internet tells me that in the comics, she later comes back as a clone years later. Well, maybe she'll come back.
As a clone right now. Clone her
Look,
up.
it's Marvel. It could be anything, right? I mean, it's Marvel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this storyline is the ending, at least for now.
Right.
It'd be cool to have a bunch of Vanessa clones, though.
Oh gosh.
This isn't What If, but I guess maybe. Speaking of, I wish that show's done, isn't it? I like What If, kind of. I like the idea of it. It isn't always as good as it could be, but I like the idea behind it. And them changing shit up. Get to see other versions. Bad it's animated, but it is what it is.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we have, like I said, we have 3 episodes left. Yeah. So I guess if you are here for Daredevil, we will see you next Thursday. In the meantime, don't forget Saturday night at midnight to come to our From Watch Party. We'll play the season 4 premiere. And then again on Sunday at 9, we will, because we have our deep dive live stream at 10:30 Eastern. And then at Monday, we have the review live stream at 10 And I was going to say Sunday, when we do it, the watch party at 9, we will be doing it directly at 9 sharp. So make sure you're there in time, because I want to time it to do the live tweet, because I do like to usually follow along with the cast when they, it's not called tweet now, but you know what I mean, on X. It's at 9. So that's why I want to make sure we're live. Kimberly says, I think it's the Yakuza. I think they'll be making a comeback. Oh, well, they were in the original series. I don't think that was in this series. That was in the Netflix series, wasn't it? When the Yakuza were, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because that was with Electra. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe we'll have to see. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys from I guess next, and some of you for the trivia birthday party tomorrow. What time is it tomorrow?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay.
Eastern.
And you're doing Eastern, and you're doing a panel first, because you're doing trivia at 10, right? I think she said 10, because I don't know if I can be at the very beginning, but we'll see.
Right.
But, so everybody do that as well. And otherwise, we will see you at the next show. And please, if you haven't joined our Discord for our schedule and everything, links to everything, and please like the video. Hype it if you can, and also hype my interview once it goes up, and actually hyping the interview is probably better, and subscribe to SciFi Vision. It is always appreciated. We'll have to maybe do some more watch parties for other Marvel stuff if time allows, but right now we got a lot of shit going on with Promise. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I
watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage since they're coming back out. We released
it'd be nice. Well, I'm still in the middle of watching them all, so I haven't even seen it all yet, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my little rabbits.